The stations of KUAM, proud sponsor of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, Guam 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share, united voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FestPac 2016. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar, and King's Restaurant.
The owner of her shop in Barrigada is hoping that you may notice the suspects who tried to rob him as they were caught on video.
Despite the action of certain senators, it appears the Guam Museum will be named after the late Senator Tony Palomo, after all.
And one legislator plans to introduce a bill to raise the minimum wage. Good evening, Guam and Hapaday. There will be no early takeover of the Ladzon landfill by the local government. Chief Judge Francis Hideko Gatewood has denied GovGuam's bid, ruling that the landfill will remain under control of the federal receiver until next December.
Nestor Lecanto has more on our top story.
GovGuam wanted a quicker turnover and to hire a new general manager as early as October to begin the transition. But Judge Gatewood adopted the receiver's revised timeline to allow it uninterrupted control to better manage revenues and expenses and ensure timely completion of post-closure projects. She wrote that while GovGuam argued that costs would come down after the receivership, the judge said the calculations it presented revealed otherwise. She also adopted the receiver's proposed financing plan, which sets aside about $2 million a year for the next 8 years to fund post-closure expenses. GovGuam had argued that those costs should be spread out over the life of the landfill, 30 years, because a shorter financing period means current users would end up subsidizing future use. But the court wrote that it strongly agrees that the shortest pay-in period is preferred in order to protect public health and the environment. And she called GovGuam's pay-as-you-go proposal simply not sufficient or responsible. Even after the receiver departs, GovGuam will still not have complete control. The judge agreed with the receiver's plan for a trustee to manage the post-closure reserve fund. The trustee will take payments from commercial haulers and pay into the trust fund first, and then pass on the balance to the Solid Waste Authority to fund its operations. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Also tonight, he may not be quite as quick on his feet, but one elderly store owner's quick thinking kept would-be thieves from robbing his hobby shop. Crystal Paco reports from New Box Seats over in Barrigada Heights.
On Friday afternoon, 84-year-old Alan Schuler received some customers who weren't looking to buy comics or cards. Although unmasked and unarmed, they had Schuler outnumbered.
They're grabbing me and pushing me and pushed me back to the bathroom, and one of them held the door shut. The door pushes in, but he was holding on the knob, and me fighting him and him fighting me, I got pushed down on the floor. What I can't do is I can't run, and if somebody pushes me, I will fall over. My balance is not like it used to be.
Trapped in the store bathroom in the dark and without his cell phone, his quick thinking saved the day.
What I did is I yelled, "I'm having a heart attack. I'm having a heart attack. I can't breathe." And it scared them, so they left.
Although they ran off empty-handed, they can't hide. Surveillance footage captures their faces on camera.
The register was locked. I had the key in my pocket.
Schuler is offering a $1,000 cash reward for information leading to an arrest. This wouldn't be the first time his store has been targeted by thieves. That's why he installed the surveillance cameras and encourages others to do the same.
I would say install cameras.
If you have any information on this attempted robbery, you are urged to call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP or text 486-HELP. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
An argument between two drunk men turned violent. Frickson, Martin and Roland Embuido were among a group of men drinking and hanging out at an abandoned home near the new Fresh bread bake shop in Dededo. According to police spokesperson Captain Kim Santos, Martin allegedly struck Embudo in the back with a meat cleaver, and Embudo allegedly stabbed Frickson in the chest with a pocket knife. Bakery owner Arthur Zintua shared his shop's surveillance footage with KUAM, which was also turned over to police as evidence. Both men were arrested for aggravated assault, assault with a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct. Both were booked and confined.
Well, one man allegedly chased down a victim, dragged her by her legs, and squeezed her neck until she lost consciousness. 25-year-old Christopher Norrell was arrested and charged with attempted murder as a first-degree felony and family violence as a third-degree felony. Court documents state police observed injuries on the victim consistent with the allegations. Norrell was booked and confined.
A man recently placed on pre-trial release. The man release is back in jail. Sterling Chrysostomo was arrested Friday afternoon for violating court orders to stay away from the minor victims in his case. KUAM files show that back in December, Chrysostomo barricaded himself and his family in their Tamuning home, and it took almost 2 hours of police negotiation before officers were let inside. Court documents state he had tested positive for drugs and showed signs of paranoia. In a prior case, Chrysostomo and his wife were arrested for allegedly starving their children, boarding them up inside their home, and forcing them to urinate in a cup. In this most recent case, he was charged with violation of a court order and booked and confined.
Elsewhere, the case against Clifford St. Nicholas, the man accused of fatally shooting his girlfriend after she burned the rice, is back in court yet again. This time it's before the island's highest court, in the Supreme Court. St. Nicholas appealed his conviction on grounds that the trial court failed to poll jurors about potential exposure to mid-trial publicity, specifically a news piece that disclosed facts not yet presented in testimony. Here's attorneys Levin Camacho and Marianne Walashuk.
You may proceed, Mr. Camacho. A defendant has a right to a fair trial. And part of that right includes the right to be tried only based on evidence presented to a jury. That is what has been implicated in this case. And for the government to argue that the information in the news article was not that different from the information presented at trial, well, I would submit that one family violence conviction is very different than at least 4 family violence convictions. And I would submit that 2 convictions or 2 cases is very different than at least 10 different cases.
In this case, the way the story was presented, a juror would have to go out of their way to read that story. If we're going to presume that jurors don't follow instructions, there's no point in instructing them in any case.
The case was heard in front of students at Ukadu High School at their Dededo gym as part of ongoing Law Week outreach activities. Supreme Court justices took the matter under advisement.
Guam Racing Federation General Manager Henry Simpson is reaching out to all members of the local racing community to pay their respects to the late Jesse Solis. Last month, Solis was volunteering at the Smoke and Wheels event when an accident sent him and another volunteer to the hospital. Solis died as a result of his injuries. Funeral services are scheduled for 9 a.m. to 12 noon tomorrow at Wednesday at Mount Carmel Church in Agate. Simpson adds that the Racing Federation's investigation of the incident is mostly done, but the Federation is yet to receive the police report.
Also tonight, we reported on KUAM.com not too long ago that it now appears the new Guam Museum will be named after the late Senator Tony Palomo after all. Last week on session floor, you may recall that Senator Mary Torres introduced an amendment to a bill to name the main exhibition hall after the late policymaker. 8 of her colleagues voted in favor of that. However, Governor Eddie Calvo has signed an executive order to undo those actions and name the museum after Palomo. The governor spoke with the late senator's wife and son, who both stated their family's desire to honor him. Minority Leader Tony Atta, who authored the bill, withdrew the measure, telling KUAM News the amendment had, quote, diminished and takes away the legacy Tony Palomo built. He also adds the governor used his executive authority, and it was the right and honorable thing to do. Guampedia cites Palomo as a 3-term senator who taught Guam history at UOG, GCC, and at the Academy. He was a newspaper editor, an author, a survivor of the Japanese occupation, and served as director of the museum for more than a decade.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news in a moment.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a beautiful, who we can always count on. Beautiful day. And the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need. It's a beautiful day. Wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
Hafaday Guam, I'm Tsunami McKenna. I'm Janessa Quick of the disaster team. Let's talk about earthquakes and tsunamis. So what is a tsunami? It's a series of traveling waves. Tsunamis are caused mostly by earthquakes and can happen within minutes and without warning. Tsunamis can be small or as tall as a coconut tree. Earthquakes and tsunamis can be quite scary, but the better prepared you are, the safer you'll be. In case of an earthquake, drop, cover, and hold on. After the shaking stops, quickly get to higher ground because a tsunami may be coming. Remember, the beach is a danger zone during tsunamis. Get away from the beach, go inland, or get to higher ground. Especially keep in mind to follow the tsunami evacuation route signs to a safe assembly area nearest you. Thanks, McKenna. Thanks, Janessa. The next step to being prepared is to meet with your family and make a family disaster plan. For more information, visit ghs.guam.gov.
When you reserve a party at Chuck E. Cheese's, it's guaranteed to be a blast! 3, 2, 1! Blast off! And now, birthdays are more of a blast than ever! Because for a limited time, tickets in the Ticket Blaster are worth double! Kid can be a kid!
Spring into summer savings with Triple J Auto Group. Hot deals and up to $1,000 cash back just in time for summer spending. Get unbelievable deals in all 2015 and 2016 models. Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $98 per paycheck and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Now's the time to buy during Triple J's Spring into Summer Sales event. Get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Primetime continues right here on KUAM, and in the next few days, the Vice Speaker of the Legislature will introduce legislation to increase the minimum wage to $10.10 over the next 2 years. BJ Cruz's bill's introduction was prompted because the Department of Labor has yet to submit a year-long independent economic impact statement on the effects of the minimum wage increase made last year. The impact study was supposed to be completed on March the 30th and submitted to the legislature a month later.
It really is unconscionable because people's lives and livelihood are dependent on what we do in this case. And so I wish they had done something earlier. I've given them the heads up. They are trying to do something. They obviously haven't done anything yet. So I'm just going to introduce the bill.
In March, Labor Deputy Director Dr. Sam Mabini said the unfunded mandated posed a challenge despite the establishment of initial parameters for the study. We've yet to receive a response from labor officials regarding the study and whether or not the request for proposal has been awarded.
It was a policy enacted roughly a decade ago that aimed to help the hospital collect revenue, but its misapplication led to the loss of millions of dollars. Issa Baza has more on what's being done at Guam's only public hospital.
Enacted in 2006, the direct payer agreement between the Guam Memorial Hospital and insurance carriers aimed to incentivize companies to pay their claims ahead of time. But what started out with good intentions soon had unintended consequences for collections. An 8% discount offered to claims paid within a 30-day period was inappropriately applied to claims that did not qualify for the discount, leading to a loss in revenue of roughly $3 million over 5 years. Hospital Management Advisory Team spokesperson Will Castro.
HMAT has already made the recommendation to Governor Calvo, and Governor Calvo has taken action and directed that the 8% discount be suspended. That impact would translate to approximately anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 a year that the hospital would be able to realize as part of its billing and collections.
He said insurance companies have been working with GMH to determine which bills were mischarged and whether money is still owed. He added the change falls in line with public law.
Insurance carriers are required to pay the full amount of a clean bill within 45 days anyways.
The change was thanks to ongoing discussions between HMAT and hospital staff.
If you look at all of the initiatives that have been implemented to date, collectively HMAT and the governor, if you were to stretch it out over a 5-year period, have saved the hospital anywhere from $3 to $5 million.
Despite the savings, the real question is long-term sustainability.
How do we support the hospital whose operational cash shortfall is anywhere from $15 to $25 million a year?
HMAT is discussing everything from establishing specialized centers of excellence in areas such as cardiology or oncology, to partnerships with hospitals or educational institutions throughout the region. With 36 initiatives currently being vetted, he expects a finalized HMAT report should be completed in the next month, and said it already shows similarities with the GMH Task Force report issued earlier this year. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Elsewhere tonight, it's been years in the making, and by tomorrow, your elected lawmakers are set to take action on legislation proposing a new retirement plan, which may affect thousands of public sector staffers and new hires within GovGuam. Ken Quintaniza has our next story.
It was introduced as part of a moral obligation to assist thousands of GovGuam employees. And after years in the works and nearly a dozen roundtables these past few months alone, a new retirement plan may soon be approved. Bill 2 was introduced early last year and dubbed the Hybrid Retirement Plan. Senators discussed the bill on session floor Friday for 6 hours. The legislation was initially a product of Senator Ben Pangilinan and the GovGuam Retirement Fund. Vice Speaker BJ Cruz introduced the latest reiteration early last year.
In the old retirement fund, in the old DB plan, the formula was 2.0 for your first 10 years and 2.5 for every year after that. This new plan is only 1.75 for the entire period that you're in government, times the number of years times your 3 highest salaries during that period. So it's less generous or less lucrative than the old plan.
The bill also incorporates Senator Michael Sinicolis' Bill 266 to create a new cash balance or security plan with mandatory participation by employees hired after December 31st, 2017. Cruz adds the DB 1.7 plan will no longer accept any more people come the end of next year. In the meantime, concerns were raised over the plan and the impact of the budget on GovGuam's finances or current employees.
The one thing that I did add into this bill is that I've authorized the retirement fund to extend the amortization period so that rather than paying everything off in 2031, we would be paying it off in 2033.
Cruz says the substituted bill is as cost neutral as possible and provides for a floor benefit for all retirees, along with a survivor benefit for the retiree spouse or widow upon their passing.
And so I'm confident that the retirement fund is and will be willing to support the bill as it was introduced.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
Well, you may have noticed on your TV screen down here, we have purple iconography. We also have it throughout our online properties, as we will be wearing purple and using special purple versions of our avatars on our social media channels, symbolizing our collective support for those battling cancer, those we've unfortunately lost to the disease, and those, Bree, who are working to find a cure.
Right, this community effort is punctuated by the annual Relay for Life, which takes place on May 20th at the GW track in Manila, where thousands of island residents will do laps to honor those facing the dreaded disease. And you also want to tune in for a special report that we're doing later this month called Purple with a Purpose.
All right, please stay tuned. Sports is coming up, and Chris has highlights is an understatement. He's got a stack of papers like yay thick, just about everything that happened in the Guam Basketball Association playoffs. You do not want to miss what is coming.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
There's a reason why you keep going. When it's your own hard work that brought you to this point. You do everything to protect what you've earned. Because every move that brings you closer to your goals leaves you no excuse but to keep moving forward. This is what makes you an alpha.
Rebecca told Taco Bell she'd fold 1,000 paper swans. Brian said he'd wear 55 pounds of salmon in bear country. And Patrick, he said he'd literally do anything. Fans promised to do lots of things to bring back their favorite burritos.
Oh, just kidding!
A promise is a promise, Patrick. The cheesy double beef or the beefy crunch burrito are back. Get them while they're here, only at Taco Bell. You earned it.
Every single day at hundreds of locations around the world, the USO strengthens America's service members by keeping them connected to family, home, and country. More than 3,500 military members visit our two-month center each month. Funding for USO services comes from private donors like you. Help us continue supporting our troops and their families by joining us at the 7th Annual Individual Callaway Double Peoria Format Golf for Our Heroes Tournament on Wednesday, May 11th at the Onward Talafofo Golf Resort. Call 647-4USO for registration and information.
This is what precision feels like. Magnetic Ride Control actively monitors road conditions 1,000 times per second to deliver a comfortable ride.
1,000 times, huh? Yep, per second. How about that?
This is the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
Hafide Guam, thanks for joining me here with sports. Chris Barnett. As always, the biggest show ever starts right now, so let's get right to it with Guam Basketball Association playoff action. 4 Stars and MVP Marauders kicking off the GBA playoffs. The scrappy 4-star squad powered by the Setic brothers on the inside play of Max Kepway. 4 Stars off the mark on the three-pointer. Sam Setic with the rebound. Quick pass to Curtis Silva on the down low. MVP working that ball around to MVP JP Cruz. Cruz off on the downtown shot, but Gerald Jones got his back with the putback. 4-star Gino Sulik on the inbound, almost giving up the turnover, but Sammy Setic going baseline with the turnaround shot. MVP's John Pangilinan to Lance Gogui to Desden Fikes for the answer back. A 4-star, big lead throughout, and Setic here with the floater through the lane, and it's the Camacho for Congress 4 Stars in the GBA Final Four with a 90-72 win over the MVP Marauders. Justice taking on the young UOG Tritons. A loose ball picked up by John Chaco. Outlet pass to Reggie Rechabong, who dishes it off to August Sotelo, who drives through the lane for the basket. Ryan Asus pushing the ball for the Tritons. Goes left. Spin move. Baseline. Shots no good. Jesus stays with it, though. If at first you don't succeed, go glass for the finish. Justice inbounding the ball. Derek Royster drives, takes contact, puts up the shot. John Chaco, let me put that back there, bro. Darren Hechanova, one of the league's top scorers, brings the ball up court for UOG. Pull-up jumper, good for 2. But Justice wins, 92-85. Derek Royster with the basket here and 1. Sunday's action, Autospot Phoenix Suns taking on Justice. Justice with the steal. Reggie Rechabong in the corner. Call it Talonza because it's nothing but net. Rechabong, 11 points in the game. And what a tough game. Balls on the loose everywhere. The Justice shot doesn't fall, but Oscar Espinosa is there with the save. After Justice forces the turnover, Espinosa with 2 of his 20 points, like Chingy right there. Here comes Phoenix, though. Dom Sablon, the shot. Swishing on you. 14 points for Sablon. Justice answer back. Espinosa so far out. That should have been a 4-pointer. But in the end, it would come down to a couple Brian Cooper free throws as the Phoenix trailed by as much as 18 in the game, rising from the ashes for the win, 80-77, as the Justice Hail Mary prayer does not get answered, and the Phoenix find themselves soaring into the GBA Finals behind 23 points from Oscar Bradley, 15 from Cooper, 15 from veteran Romeo Sanchez. Derek Royster led Justice with 27 points. 4-star taking on the unbeaten Sushi Rockets. Cetic so far back, it's like another time zone. Rockets Irv Jose, smooth like Latiza. 4-star fans on their feet for the underdogs. 4-star D on the steal, down to Cetic with the last-second dish to Curtis Silva. 4-star, feeling myself. Rockets Kurt Long with the long ball here. 4-stars trailed by as much as 26. Cetic on the fast break. Cetic with the steal. Cetic the easy layup as 4-star pulled to within 6. Cetic going deep. Irv Jose with a one-hander. Long for 3 here as the Rockets pull away for good. Rashawn Blas getting the pass from Long. And James White, the final nail in the coffin. And 4-star, their season's dead. When's the rosary? 102-83 Rockets finish the GBA season perfect. They face the Phoenix in the finals Saturday, 7 p.m. at the FD Phoenix Center. All right, anything sports, hit up our sports director, Dave Delgado, on the EM. That show at KUAM.com, show without the W, but I hope you get that dub. My name is Chris Barnett, and you keep on shining, Guam. Adios.
This is a cat. And this is a live photo of a cat. Live photos are more than just photos. They come alive when you touch them. And then they go back to still when you let go. So every time you take a picture, you get more than just a photo. You get to relive the moment because it teleports you through space and time. I'm kidding. Time travel is dangerous.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
When you reserve a party at Chuck E. Cheese's, it's guaranteed to be a blast. Blast off! And now birthdays are more of a blast than ever. Because for a limited time, tickets in the Ticket Blaster are worth double.
Dancing. It's a form of art, vibrant, moving, evolving. With every move, every step, every rhythm, behind every dance is a story of who I am, who we were, and who we are as a community, as Pacific Islanders at the 2016 Festival of the Pacific Arts.
I will share my story.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $7.99 flavor menu. Just $7.99 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. and much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $7.99 flavor menu, only at Pizza Hut.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Most fast food places use formulas to create their combos, but all that math doesn't always equal something tasty. At my place, you can get a mouth-watering sourdough bacon ranch combo. A full-size beef patty, bacon, and creamy ranch sauce on toasted sourdough bread, plus hot and salty fries and a drink for just $4.99. Because flavor always beats formulas. Sourdough bacon ranch combo, just $4.99 for a limited time. Combo's done my way.
It's Monday, so that means Bree and I are back on the news set, and that means that we are going to say happy birthday to some extra special Guamanians, and we start off the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by saying happy 8th birthday to this little princess. This is Tiana May. Again, Tiana, we hope you had a wonderful day.
Happy birthday going out to Joe Taro. Love the familia.
Hayden J. Castro Ricaldi. Happy birthday to you. This is birthday number 10, and this is coming from Papa and Tama Castro.
And finally, happy birthday going out to Lucy Simmons Sublime.
Everybody is welcome into the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. It's real easy to do. Just go to KUAM.com, register, sit back, turn on your TV, watch KUAM, stream us on your iPad. It'll be fun. We'll say happy birthday to you.
Stay tuned. Cruising with KUAM is up next, and in the passenger seat is Brogan Walker.
That's a good one. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cruising with KUAM. I'm Sabrina Salas-Matanani. I am your driver for this episode, and my passenger is Brogan Walker. If you don't know who she is, then you are in for quite the ride. She is a mixed martial arts specialist. She's won her last 3 PXC fights by unanimous decision. She's very well versed in Muay Thai, which is a combat sport involving your hands, your fists, your knees. She's also a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, which involves grappling and ground games. So she's just an all-around, well-trained MMA artist. And I'm so excited to introduce you to her and share her story. We're going to talk about life, love, and what it's like to compete in a male-dominated sport. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. To finally get to really get to know you. Yeah, I'm excited for this too. Let's just start with first telling your story, Brogan, outside of the cage, where you grew up, your childhood, family.
Okay, I can do that. So yeah, a lot of people think I'm from Guam, but I'm not. I'm actually from West Coast, from Cali.
What part of California?
So I was born in Newport, but I grew up mostly in Rancho Cucamonga. And also a handful of other places. I lived in London for a bit, and yeah. But now I'm on Guam. I've been here for 5 years, I think. I've got an older brother. I've got a younger sister who's 20, and then my dad got remarried a few years back. So I also have a baby sister. That's really exciting.
How often, you're living here in Guam? So how often do you get to see them?
Well, we FaceTime a lot, but as far as like hanging out and getting to go out there, it really just depends. I've been averaging about 2 times a year, but we've had a lot of like family emergencies things, so I've been heading back over the last few years quite often. I'm pretty lucky. So
Does your family ever come out to visit you?
Yeah, some of my family has come to visit, but I'm still waiting on getting my brother and sister out here. They haven't been out here yet. And since FestPack is coming up, there's a lot of specials. So, and I want them to check it out. My brother would absolutely love it. So hopefully he can come out soon.
What college were you going to? Is it not in Cali? Is it in Cali?
In Cali, yeah.
Oh,
So right
okay.
now I attend University of Guam.
Okay.
But before there, I was doing online classes. Yeah, it was fun, kind of all over.
Okay. Well, what are you majoring in?
I changed my major since I moved to Guam. I'm currently an elementary education major. So almost done, wrapping it up.
So how did you start? What sparked your interest? Because let's face it, women, we're more about let's get our hair, nails done.
Yeah.
Not thinking about let's tape up our
I
hands.
enjoy those things too. I enjoy those things too. But I guess it kind of started way back. I started studying karate when, I don't know how old I was, maybe 11 or 12. And then I was introduced into my first Muay Thai class when I was 13. And I was like instantly hooked. I really liked it. I like to see all of the changes to my lifestyle. I got a lot healthier and everything. Just, even in middle school when I started, I saw my confidence change and a lot of things like that. Because I moved a lot in middle school and high school, I was always forced to gotta make new friends. So it really helped out with my confidence too. And then I went to, like I said, I transitioned from karate, so traditional Shotokan karate, to traditional Muay Thai. And since then, everything's just been growing. I've been learning all different styles. I met Mike. I was introduced to Jiu-Jitsu. 3 years, fast forward 3 or 4 years later, and I'm a purple belt, and I'm addicted to that now too. And then just a lot of the experiences that Mike and I have been through over the last few years with traveling and training and just trying to expand our knowledge base, as best we can. Man, it's so addicting. Just learning new stuff and trying it out, seeing what works and what doesn't. So that part of it is really addicting to me.
She was so addicted, she went professional. Up next on Cruising with KUAM, Brogan talks about stepping into the cage.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
Looking for a casual dinner and full bar? Come celebrate with us as we open the doors to the new TGI Fridays. Grand opening on Friday, May 27th at 5 p.m. You'll love the fun atmosphere, great food, and the best part, you'll have a great time. Check out the full bar for creative cocktails and fun ice cream drinks. Bring your friends because in here, it's always Friday.
Join the Guam Visitors Bureau along with the Pacific Asia Travel Association for the PATA Annual Summit May 18th to the 21st at the Dusatani Guam Resort. Meet visitor industry experts from around the world. Receive the latest industry trends and network to help your business grow. Seating is limited, so register today for your chance to participate in this world-class event. To register, visit pata.org or call GVB today.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
You competed in PXC. Have you competed in any other arenas?
Not professionally. So I made my professional debut debut in Pacific Extreme Combat and had 3 bouts total. Before that, I just did amateur bouts. I did a lot of Muay Thai when I was living in LA. So I think that started about 2008. I was actively competing in Muay Thai, and my record there is 6-0. And then, like as far as jiu-jitsu, I've done a lot of competitions since I've moved to Guam. Like literally since I moved to Guam, the following month, I think, I was already on a plane going to Japan, competing in Asian Open, and just a lot of fun. Again, more experiences to learn from. So yeah, lots of competition.
When you got into MMA, you started competing professionally. Were your parents like, what are you thinking?
Why? Yes, they were. Before that, at the amateur level, my mom did not like to come and watch. She would never come and watch. I'm like, come on, Mom. And she's like, I love you. And it's not that I don't want to watch you. I just can't watch you. She's like, I can't watch you get hit, And so she would never go and watch. But actually, it's kind of drifted away from that. Since I've went professional and since I've got more experience, she's been able to kind of settle her nerves. And since you guys stream it on a live stream, she'll go back and she'll watch. Even my grandma, she would love watching, and she'd get so hyped. So I guess they got a little more comfortable with it. Not to say that they enjoy watching those punches flying at my face, but they've definitely got more comfortable with it.
When you got into MMA, you started competing professionally. Were your parents like, what are you thinking?
Why? Yes, they were. Before that, at the amateur level, my mom did not like to come and watch. She would never come and watch. I'm like, come on, Mom. And she's like, I love you. And it's not that I don't want to watch you. I just can't watch you. She's like, I can't watch you get hit, And so she would never go and watch. But actually, it's kind of drifted away from that. Since I've went professional and since I've got more experience, she's been able to kind of settle her nerves. And since you guys stream it on a live stream, she'll go back and she'll watch. Even my grandma, she would love watching, and she'd get so hyped. So I guess they got a little more comfortable with it. Not to say that they enjoy watching those punches flying at my face, but they've definitely got more comfortable with it. Yeah.
What would you say has been your toughest fight? I know you've won the last 3. You fought 3 times, right? You won all 3 unanimous decision. I guess what was the toughest one?
That's a good question. Man, I'm really lucky in that they all presented very different challenges for me. My first opponent, Yujin Jung, she was just tough. And when it's your debut, it's your first thing. I was going in there, I'm like, I know this girl is tough. That was her strong point. So she gave me a battle there at my debut. My second match presented its own challenges. I had to learn to kind of stick to my strong suit, which is my Muay Thai. So I learned a lot about taking the fight to the ground and the transition between the ground and working Muay Thai. And then this last fight, I had a really, really good boxer, a world-renowned boxer, Emiko Renka. And man, we stood and banged. It was really fun for me. It was really fun to test myself against, like I said, a world-class boxer. She's tough too, so it was good to see that I can get in there and hang with her. A lot of people, in their career, whether it's athletic or whatever, it's easy to compare yourself to other people. This is how I stack up against this person, and of course, like I said, different opponents present different challenges, but it's really important to just focus on, I think it's important to focus on myself and how I'm growing and how those challenges are changing me. So I focus on that. I try and focus on that.
People know you for what you do and the work you do in the cage, but you also do a lot of work outside of the cage in terms of training women in
Yeah.
self-defense.
Yeah.
And so, how did you get into that?
Oh, that's a good question. I've always, so like I said, I started in karate, and that's really where I got my love for teaching. I worked with a lot of the kids there, and just over the years, watching them develop, taught me a lot of things. It taught me a lot about myself and just progression in general. And so I've always loved teaching. And when I moved to Guam, actually, well, when I met Mike, I was teaching as well. I taught the kids class at the gym that we met at Millennia MMA. And yeah, so I guess it's something that I've always been doing, and I really can't see myself doing anything else. You guys know that I'm passionate about all of those things, but I'm also really passionate about seeing it change other people's lives. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this women's class that I've got going on. I've got a lot of really consistent, really like gung-ho ladies that show up every Saturday, and to my FemFit class, it's a Muay Thai and self-defense class. Hell of a workout. And just to see those ladies freaking, you know, I torture them. Like, I torture them, but to see them come back every Saturday smiling and ready to do it again, that keeps me motivated. You know, same for my kids' class, seeing the spark in their eyes and, you know, teaching them the cool stuff. They love it. They love it. And I enjoy it a lot too. I can't see myself doing anything else.
Well, aside from the physical aspect of teaching self-defense, is there any kind of, I guess, talk that you have, any kind of inspirational talk or something to make sure that their mind is right when they're
for them?
Yeah, because, you know, when you teach somebody self-defense, you know, you're empowering them.
Absolutely. Actually, that's kind of where I go. Well, in my kids' class, we do a mat chat at the end of every class. You know, sit down and level with them and make sure that their head is right. Because, like you said, it's empowering. Anytime you're learning something, you're gaining knowledge, that's power. And the easiest way I put it to my kids is, it's like a superhero, right? They use their power for good, not for evil. So if you think back to that quote everybody says, with great power comes great responsibility. It's really true with your martial arts, because the more you learn, the more capable you are of injuring someone, you know, especially when you're young and you're training Muay Thai or you're training Jiu-Jitsu. You might not know your own strength, you know, you're just messing around with your brother. Next thing you know, someone's hurt. So it's really important to always remind the kids, especially that with that power comes that responsibility to, you know, use your powers for good and not evil. That's how I level with the kids and just kind of be real with them, you know, so that they know that they've got that responsibility that comes with it. And then for my adult and my teens and my women's only class, they have the same kind of motivation. I kind of spit it to them the same way, you know. We always have a little mat chat after class and reviews and stuff like that.
So, I mean, how difficult is it to be a female? You know, it is a male-dominated sport.
It is. People always ask me this question, but I don't know how to answer it. I'm like, I don't see myself as I'm a girl in a male-dominated sport. I just see myself as this is what I've always done, and that's just me. I do a lot of other things that are only meant for guys, you know. Since I was little, maybe you can blame my big brother. I've always been a tomboy.
Still to come, we'll talk with Brogan about finding love in MMA.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
You're engaged. I am. And I'm not sure if people know that your boyfriend or your fiance he's also an MMA fighter, right?
Yeah, I think most people know, but if they don't, yeah. We got engaged last year, March, and yeah, that's how I got into MMA. Is I only trained Muay Thai and I was a little interested in Jiu-Jitsu, but I got really interested when I saw him in class.
You were like, hey,
I could do
you
this.
Want to roll?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did you guys meet on?
So no, there's an interesting story too. We met in California. He was going to school out there, and I was attending college as well. And we trained at the same MMA gym. So at first, I thought this guy's stalking me because I would see his car at the gym all the time. And then I worked at a sporting goods store at the time, and I would see his car there all the time. I'm like, man, this guy's stalking me. And then I'm like, he's cute, so it's okay, right? And then I see him at the gym, and I decided to give jiu-jitsu a go. He was helping out, teaching the classes there, so whenever I see him teaching, I would jump in. And actually, one of our friends that kind of helped hook us up, he's getting married at the end of this year, so we'll be out there for his wedding. That's gonna be fun.
So you've been together 5-6 years,
going
right?
on 6. Yeah.
6 years. It's
Yes.
time. You guys met in college, right?
Yep.
So I guess tell me about your first date.
It's kind of stale, I guess, but our first date.
Oh my God!
No, it was kind of like impromptu. So the other thing that was pretty cool. So like I said, I would always see him at the gym. I would always see this guy at my work. He would come in, first, whatever he needed for training. And then I would always see him at my apartment complex. That's why I'm like, this guy's for sure stalking me, right? But it turns out we were also neighbors. So I lived like a 30-second walk away from him in the same apartment complex. And our first date, we were, it was like middle of the day. I came over, we were just hanging out, and he's like, hey, let's go see a movie. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this. So we went and we watched, he'll remember, he's good at this stuff. He'll remember what we watched for our first date, but it was some cheesy movie, and we had a great time. Okay. Yeah. And then all of our dates after that consisted of eating. Ever since.
You do realize he could probably tell a whole different story in the sense that she was stalking me.
I do.
Because you guys were neighbors.
I do. Yeah, his story sounds different for sure. That's so true. Yeah, that's very true.
I wanted to ask because I do a lot of behind the scenes work for PXC, and I've actually seen you as you're getting ready to go into the ring, and then you have Mike. He's actually inside the ring competing, so you're like watching on the monitor. I mean, how do you stay mentally prepared for a fight while you're watching your boyfriend?
Okay,
that's gonna be hard.
It is. It's difficult, and it's a really funny story. our coaches, we have the same coaches, so they're in charge of both of our corners, and they told me, don't watch us fight. Stay in the back. We'll take care of this. Mike's got this, right? But of course, like you said, you see me peeking in there, checking on him, seeing how he does, and it does. There's no denying it. It does get my adrenaline going, right? Of course, I don't. It's not like I worry about him. That boy can handle himself. But you know, of course, my heart starts racing. That adrenaline starts going, and when I have my own competition to worry about, I've got to time that adrenaline and that, you know, I got to time that really carefully. So as I'm watching him, I just try and stay calm and just let him do his thing, let it go. But rarely does that happen. I get excited too, and then so yeah, we're working on that. I'm not supposed to peek.
Yeah. Coming up next, we're peeking into Brogan's future. Keep it here, more Cruising with KUAM when we return.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $7.99 flavor menu. Just $7.99 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $7.99 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m. Only at Ruby Tuesday.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Right now, you're living on Guam. You're getting ready to get married, right? Next year. You're engaged. Where do you see yourself, I guess, in 10 years? Just see yourself fighting?
In 10 years, let's see. No, I won't be fighting in 10 years. But
I mean,
hopefully it'll be more. Yeah, hopefully it'll be more accomplished by then. Mike and do I want to live on Guam?
Oh no, so say do you want to be a teacher? Because you
yes. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be wrapping up school pretty soon here, and like I said earlier, that's just my passion. I really, really enjoy teaching, and since I've been in the 3rd grade, I've wanted to be a 3rd grade teacher. My 3rd grade teacher is super inspiring to me, and we actually lost her when I was in 3rd grade to cancer. So she was my teacher for only a little more than half the school year, but man, she made such a big impact on us, my whole class, you know, and I've wanted to be a teacher since then. So yeah, we lost her, like I said, a little after the midpoint of the school year, and she was also a very good friend of my mom, and so one of my mom's friends took over the class for us, and since then I've really, I know that even though she didn't have a full year with us, she made such a big impact on me. I just want to make an impact on other people too, you know, on my students.
So 10 years, probably a teacher, right? Unlikely.
Oh yeah, I'll be teaching. Mike and I always talk about possibly moving. You know, we get to travel a lot and experience a lot of things, and we always have a good time. So when we're in Japan, our gears start turning. Man, what if we moved to Japan? You know, and this past time when we went to Colorado Springs to train at, we trained at Bang Muay Thai at Ludwig Martial Arts in Colorado, and man, we were only there for a couple of weeks, but we enjoyed ourselves so much and got our gears turning. Man, what if we moved to Colorado? You know, so I don't know if we got the guts to do it, but we always talk about it. So who knows where we'll be in 10 years? We'll definitely have some kids by then. I'm excited to you know, start a family and everything, and especially watching Frank and Sarah. And man, they're Frank Jr. He is freaking cute, man. They can't post enough pictures of him. So I love seeing that. So yeah, I'm excited to start my own family too.
Is there any advice that you have for girls interested in maybe pursuing the same are taking the same path as you and looking towards getting into MMA?
Yeah, most definitely. I would encourage anybody who's looking to get into martial arts or MMA to the two most important things, I guess, are getting your foot in the door. So if you're not training, you haven't started training, it can be a little intimidating. So I would say, man, first things first, don't let that get to you, get your foot in the door. And then the second key is consistency. Get your foot in the door again and again and again and again. It's for martial arts, it's really I like it because it's a team sport, right? You got all your teammates, but you're not competing against them or against your opponent in competition. You're just really competing against yourself, and it's a good way to kind of keep tabs on yourself and make sure that you're moving towards your goals and the things that you want to accomplish. Martial arts has helped me in my life.
I guess any final comments that you'd like to make to your fans that have followed your progression?
Oh, a huge thank you. The response here on Guam has been like amazing. It's rewarding enough for me to be in there and do being in there and doing what I love. But to see all the people that get a kick out of it is, man, that's so cool. And I do a lot of school visits and things like that. Just this past weekend, I did the youth basketball.
Right, the basketball tournament.
Yes, it was a basketball tournament, and it was held by GPD's WAN department. It's the Women Advisory Network, and they were working also with the DART team, which is domestic assault response team, I believe. And so, man, all of us, Chief of Police included, just got out there and made a statement to the kids that it's important to stay away from nonviolence. And I just had to kind of level with them. The kids don't want to hear, don't do this, you're gonna get in trouble. They know that, so you gotta spin it to them in a different way and just be real with them. So that's what we did, and I think it was a good impact. But even going to schools and stuff, I enjoy spreading the word and just telling people what it's done for my life so that they can get a glimpse of that and, train also. Train. Train.
Well, it's good meeting you.
You too. Thank you so much.
And that's a wrap on another episode of Cruising with KUAM. Thanks so much for going on this journey, and we'll see you next time. Be safe and buckle up.
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.